Hi, moviezentre here. Alright, let me tell you my story, straight from the trenches. I'm Jax Hunter, a battle-hardened vet who's done with the chaos of war. It all kicks off with me trying to find some peace in this tranquil Thai Buddhist monastery, surrounded by ancient stone temples and lush green jungles where monks chant under the tropical sun. There I am, hammering away at construction work on the monastery grounds, sweat dripping under the humid Thai heat, just focusing on rebuilding instead of destroying for once. But then, out of nowhere, my old mentor, Colonel Vance, shows up. He's got this urgent gig from the higher-ups to sneak weapons and support to freedom fighters battling invaders in the rugged mountains of Afghanistan. He shows me pics of innocent folks suffering, but I'm done. I tell him no, I'm sticking to my quiet life here in Thailand. Vance heads off anyway, crossing into the dusty Afghan borderlands, but bam, he's ambushed by enemy forces in a rocky pass. They wipe out his team and drag him to this massive fortified mountain base, all concrete bunkers and barbed wire under the harsh Afghan sky. There, he's grilled by the ruthless Colonel Zorg and his brute enforcer, Sergeant Brutov, in a dimly lit interrogation room echoing with threats. Back in my world, this embassy suit named Diplomat Ellis pulls me aside in a sterile office in Bangkok, telling me about Vance's snag. He won't greenlight a team rescue, too risky for international drama, but he gives me the nod to go solo, disavowed if I screw up. No choice. Vance is like family. I gear up and jet to the bustling border town of Peshawar in Pakistan, where dusty markets buzz with traders under the shadow of the Hindu Kush Mountains. In Peshawar's chaotic streets, filled with camel caravans and veiled merchants, I link up with this shady arms dealer, Trader Miko. He agrees to smuggle me to Khost, the gritty Afghan town nearest the enemy base, a place of mud brick huts and wary villagers amid barren hills. We trek through treacherous passes, dodging patrols. At the Mujahideen village, a cluster of adobe homes nestled in a dry valley with goat herds wandering the slopes, the chief, Malik, and his fighters eye me suspiciously. They're not keen on helping bust out Vance. Meanwhile, a snitch tips off the invaders, and suddenly two choppers roar in over the ridges, unleashing hellfire on the village. I grab a heavy machine gun from a rooftop and blast one out of the sky amid exploding huts and screaming locals, but the rebels still bail on me. Left with just Miko and this brave Kid Harrow, we hit the base perimeter at dusk, towering walls, searchlights sweeping the desert sands. I unleash some chaos, blowing up guard posts and vehicles in the sprawling compound lit by floodlights, but we're outnumbered. Harrow takes a hit in the arm during the firefight in the dusty trenches, and I get grazed too. I send them packing for safety and push on alone through the night. Lipping past patrols in the shadowy base corridors, all cold metal and echoing boots, I find Vance just as they're prepping to torch him with a flamethrower in a torture chamber. I bust him out, we free a bunch of other captives from the dank cells, and hijack a chopper from the helipad under a starry Afghan sky. But as we lift off, enemy fire shreds it. We crash in a fireball on the rocky outskirts. On foot now, scrambling through jagged canyons with the wind howling, We're chased by another chopper into a narrow cave system riddled with stalactites. I rig an explosive arrow and take it down in a spectacular blast that lights up the cave mouth. Zorg's furious and sends elite commandos led by Brutov into the caves after us. We ambush them in the twisting tunnels, taking them out one by one in brutal close-quarters scraps. Brutov corners me in a hand-to-hand brawl amid dripping water and dim torchlight. I overpower the giant and end him. We haul toward the Pakistani border through endless arid plains, but Zorg rolls in with tanks and troops, blocking our path in a vast desert valley. It's looking grim, dust storms kicking up. Then, out of the haze, Malik's forces charge in on horseback, a massive wave of riders thundering across the sands, guns blazing. Chaos erupts in the valley, explosions everywhere amid the clashing armies. I commandeer a tank from the enemy lines, rumbling over dunes, and go head-to-head with Zorg's gunship hovering above. We charge at each other like mad bulls. He's firing missiles, I'm unloading the main gun. I nail his bird with a direct hit just before impact, the wreckage crashing in flames as I gun down Zorg from the turret. Battle over, the valley smoldering with wreckage under the setting sun. I say goodbye to Vance, Miko, Harrow, and the fighters. We part ways in the peaceful aftermath, heading back to whatever normalcy awaits beyond the borders. And that was Rambo 3. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more recaps.